Hey there, WNYMBA. Welcome to our second video in a series of four. This video will cover what's great in 2020. Our first big event this year is going to be the raffle for the complete Growler American Stout Fat Bike. I want to personally thank Willow Glenn and the entire Growler Performance Bike family for donating this bike to WNYMBA. This bike has a Manitou fork, SRAM components, mule foot tubeless ready rims, Maxxis tires, and a dropper post. The proceeds of this bike will go towards Chautauqua County Trails. I plan to write a grant that will match whatever money we make from this raffle, and that money will then go to expanding our trail networks in Chautauqua County, something I mentioned in the last video. We will be selling raffle tickets at all WNYMBA events throughout the year 2020, and we will have the raffle will actually happen on Global Fat Bike Day in December of 2020 at Loud Performance Bikes. So if you're at an event, please consider bringing some cash and donating a little bit of money and entering for a chance to win this really, really nice fat bike from Growler Performance Bikes. The second event we had this year was the Global Fat Bike Day at Loud Performance and at Long Point State Park. I want to thank Loud Performance, specifically Dee Dipple, Merle Kinnell, and Heather Kinnell for holding the event at their shop. I also want to thank Growler Performance Bikes for coming over and offering demo bikes for people to demo throughout the day. This was a really fun event. We had a chili cook-off at the end of the day. Mary Walker ended up winning the chili cook-off, so congratulations to her. We had groomed trails behind Loud Performance and also groomed fat bike trails at Long Point State Park. So it was a really good day. You could sample all kinds of different trail systems. It was all on groomed single-track trails. It was a lot of fun. And February 1st, we had the Genesee County Park Fat Bike Ride and Demo. I want to thank Growler Performance Bikes for again coming over and demoing some of their fat bikes. I also want to thank Eli Fish Brewing Company for supplying some of the beers for us to consume throughout the day. This was a fantastic event. There was close to 100 fat bikers at this event. The conditions were absolutely perfect. Moderate temperatures and really, really nice trails. This is a great event every year, and hopefully we can continue this into 2020. The next event was the Wyndham of Fundraiser at 12 Gates. I want to thank 12 Gates Brewing Company for holding the event, and I also want to thank everybody who donated a raffle ticket prize for that event. We ended up raising around $1,300, so this is a really good event for the club. Again, all this money will go towards purchasing new tools, new leaf blowers, new weed trimmers, new chainsaws, and putting all that money back into the Western New York trails. Every dollar that we raise goes directly back into the trail systems that we all love to hike, ski, and mountain bike. So thank you everybody who came out and took a little bit of time and donated some money and won some really nice prizes. And again, thank you to 12 Gates Brewing Company. Next event was the Fat Bike Takeover at Cockaigne Resort. This was the first time we've ever had an actual downhill specific race in Western New York. It was a dual slalom race, and I'm just going to say right off that it was probably the best event last winter, at least in terms of the actual biking. I've never seen so many people laughing and smiling and having a great time in my entire time mountain biking in Western New York. It was an absolute blast. I want to thank Loud Performance again for setting up the event, and for Growler Performance Bikes for supplying the demo bikes. I also want to thank Cockaigne Resort for supplying the hill and getting us the ability to ride our bikes down the hill. And we hope to do it again next winter. This was a really, really fun event for all ages. It was a great event. The next event will be the WNYMBA Swap and Sale. We hope to have this in April 5th at Resurgence Brewing Company on Chicago Street. This will actually be a wait and see kind of due to the coronavirus, the way things are going right now. We hope to have the event, but we have to kind of play it by ear. And we will post something, a few days before the event to let you know if we're going to have it or not. It's unfortunate what's happening right now with the coronavirus. It's really going to limit some of the events that we have planned, at least in the next couple months. But, we'll see what happens. And, I know Western New Yorkers will pull through just fine. The next event we have planned is something completely new. We will be partnering with Loud Performance Bikes and the women at Loud Performance to present Rooted, a mountain bike and yoga festival for women and transgender women on May 30th. This will be a camping weekend. There will be ride clinics. There will be hikes. There will be yoga and meditation, free camping, and it's specific for, again, women and transgender women who want to get out on mountain bikes and enjoy, the trails and maybe learn some new tricks from the clinics, and also to have some certified yoga instructors provide yoga clinics all day long. It's going to be a really fun event, and this is something new. We're reaching out again to the community and trying to figure out ways that we can work with community partners and stakeholders and business partners and kind of make mountain biking accessible and inclusive for everybody. So this is a really good event to exhibit those kind of characteristics that we have in the club right now. The next event will be happening in June. This is WNYMBA Rips the Rocks at Jake's Rocks. Last year we had this event. We had Hog Wild Barbecue supply some barbecue, and also Bent Run Brewing Company supply the beers. Things might be a little, we might do that again this year, but we're probably just going to focus on the riding more or less. I want you to keep in mind that we'll have the camping at Dewdrop Campground just outside of the Jake's Rocks trail system. Actually, one of the trails goes into Dewdrop Campground, so you can ride right from your campsite onto the trail system. So I strongly suggest reserving a campsite today. For the whole weekend, it's about $50. We'll try to have some barbecue. Obviously, we'll have campfires and group rides and all kinds of fun little activities going on throughout the whole weekend. But really, this is a mountain bike specific camping weekend where we just have a really good time and kind of like celebrate the beginning of summer. Dry trails and Jake's Rocks is a fantastic place to have that celebration take place. On the next event we'll be attending will be at West Virginia, the Bike Bash at West Virginia. This is taking place in the middle of July. There'll be demos. Although there's no more Dirt Fest, the people from West Virginia are stepping up from Big Bear, and they're putting together an event that's going to basically be somewhat the same. I think there'll be music, there'll be group rides. The trails out there, as you can see over here, are quite technical. Okay, they're rocky, they're challenging, but they're a lot of fun. There's a lot of different group ride abilities that you can go out with beginners, you can go out with intermediates, you can do like a Sufferfest with some of the more advanced riders from the club. We go out for 15, 20, 30 miles and just put down a long day of riding. It's a really great venue, and we hope to see you there. One of the final events of the summer will be the WNYMBA Camping Weekend at Hollymont. This will be the first time we have it at Hollymont in the last 5 or 6 years. We hope to have the lifts open, so you'll be able to take the chairlift up to the top of the hill. There will be primitive camping. We'll have group rides. And one stipulation is that we hope that you are a member or belong to an WNYMBA chapter. Just for insurance purposes, this is something that we kind of stipulate. Every year, this is one of the best times of the summer to kind of like say goodbye to summer and hang out with friends and mountain bikers and just have a really good time. The last major event of the year will be the Jake's Rocks Trail Fest, and this is at the beginning of September. This is where basically Warren County becomes a mountain bike mecca, so to speak. Dewdrop Campground is open, so I suggest absolutely reserving a spot as soon as you can. There's live music, there are demos, group rides all day long, and it's a really, really fun event at one of the best trail systems in the entire country, to tell you the truth, and we hope to see you there. All right, so this concludes our second video of the series of 4, and I'll get back to you on the next video as soon as I can. Thanks.